In what can only be described as a worrying sign for the U.S. economy, recent job numbers have painted a bleak picture. While economic data is often subject to interpretation and spin, the latest figures are hard to ignore, even for the most ardent supporters of the current administration. Let's delve into the details and explore what these numbers might mean for the future. Now, the headline figure is stark: only 73,000 jobs were added in July. This is not only significantly below expectations, which were around 110,000, but it also represents one of the worst performing months for job growth in the last decade. But, the bad news doesn't stop there. Previous months have been revised downward significantly. May's figures were slashed to a paltry 19,000 jobs added, and June's to just 14,000. This cumulative effect makes it the worst 3-month period for job growth since the pandemic. This is a stark contrast to the promises of economic prosperity that have been made. What makes this situation particularly noteworthy is the difficulty even conservative commentators are having in putting a positive spin on the data. Typically, economic reports are dissected and massaged to fit a particular narrative, but the weakness of these numbers is undeniable. Even figures like Stephen Moore, a former economic advisor, acknowledged the weakness, attributing it to trade turmoil caused by tariffs. This is significant because it directly contradicts the narrative that the administration's policies are boosting the economy. A key promise made was the reshoring of manufacturing jobs. The trade war, it was argued, would bring factories back to America and create a manufacturing boom. However, the reality is far different. 26,000 manufacturing jobs were lost in May and June alone. This directly undermines the claim that the trade war is benefiting American workers. Numerous pronouncements were made about a manufacturing superpower and a golden age of America, but these promises have failed to materialize. Adding insult to injury, while the economy struggles, there's been an announcement about the construction of a new White House ballroom. This highlights a perceived disconnect between the priorities of the administration and the needs of everyday Americans. While a new ballroom might be a nice addition, it pales in comparison to the need for job creation and economic stability. The current situation echoes a pattern of unfulfilled promises: a promised infrastructure law, a cheaper and more comprehensive healthcare plan, a middle-class tax cut, and a jobs boom all failed to materialize. Instead, the focus seems to be on tax cuts that primarily benefit the wealthy. The recent job numbers are a wake-up call. It's crucial to stay informed and engaged in the political process.